Good morning, everyone. It's been a while. I don't know if I still remember how to do this. How's everyone doing? Good morning, Gerald. I don't know if I've been away for so long that now we'll never get Franco and Johnny Bergdahl back, but it is what it is. How's everyone doing? Hope you are all well. I have been busy and I've had a bad back. I still have a bad back, but I should be able to tough it out. I mean, a lot of this stream can be done sitting down if need be. Just have to be careful here while I clear off my bench like I do at the start of my streams, because I may have left stuff like my fishing license or something. So I just have to be a little careful not to dox myself. You're good. So I'll tell you, if I don't work, like if I just sit on my computer chair and go to bed, like do my regular stuff, my back is fine. I can walk quite long distances and my back is fine. Two things that hurt my back are lifting things and standing still. And standing still is happening right now. So I don't know how long I'll be able to stand at my workbench streaming. Lifting things will not happen this stream, so that is a good thing. So essentially that's where we are. I have taken no NSAIDs this morning, nothing like that. So we have to play by ear. We have no choice. We'll just play it by ear. So I'm just picking stuff up here. But yeah, if it becomes too much, I'll just go and I'll do stuff on the computer. I'm also gonna have to excuse myself every few minutes, like 10 minutes, to type something in, because I'm having Claude do some work for me in the background. How a paid AI subscription works, I should say, is that you have like a period of time, like let's say a 4-hour stint, where you can use the service, and then if you use the service too much, then you're locked out until your 4-hour period is done. So Claude is doing something for me right now. Why do I have a piece of AA packaging? Don't know. So anyways, Claude right now is doing work, and it's kind of sequential work. And so it needs to be told, like, okay, continue, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. So yeah, I'm trying to use up as much as I can, because I have not been min-maxing my use of my paid Claude subscription, is I guess what I'm getting at. Obviously it's stuff for the YouTube channel, so it's got to be done. Okay, so we have a couple things we can do today. We can work on, so I've got two projects. One is I am embarking, you mess around with ChatGPT from time to time, run out of the free uses quickly. Yes. Yes, I will show you something though. If you're patient, but you want way more use. Quinn. Okay. Is it just blocked in Brave? Oh, it's .ai, not .com. Quinn Studio. Yeah, okay. Chat.quinn.ai. And here you use the thinking model, and it actually thinks quite deeply, but I will tell you it is slow. How would an individual go from knowing, let's say, high school level knowledge to knowing everything an electronics engineer with a bachelor's degree would need to know in order to get hired as such? Pretend the degree itself isn't important. So it does a good job, but it is just very slow. Like the high-end AI models are way better for speed, but Qwen is almost as good on like every other front, and you get way more usage out of it. In fact, Qwen Codes is, let me just tell Claude keep going. There we go. I'm gonna check my Claude usage. I'm at 54%. Yeah, 54%. So see how it took so long? And look how slow it's typing. So let's see. What employers actually look for: circuit design in simulation fluency, embedded programming, PCB design in DFM, lab and test equipment proficiency, debugging methodology, documentation version control portfolio of skipped. Yes, Locke, good morning. It's more like when I stand still or cover or pick up stuff. So, yeah, see, look, it gave a detailed, it really gave a detailed answer here. And again, this is free to use. You don't have to sign up or anything, which is what I like. And it is pretty damn good. You can also run Qwen locally on like LM Studio or whatever. So to answer your question a little bit more broadly, Locke, oh, what the hell was the camera all over there? I'm not currently in pain. Watch yourself, I'm gonna. So yeah, I'm not currently in pain, but it does build fast while I'm standing. And when you see me in this view, it's because I am standing. And I guess the joke would be that I can't stand it. All right, so let me do some updates for you guys. First and foremost, okay, this is that project. First and foremost, so was I here after I finished my taxes? If not, then my taxes are done, which is great. That was a big poop show. Took a long time. This is the last year, by the way, that I'm doing my taxes manually. I will literally have AI do most of my taxes for me from now on. which is good, and I'll just do the verification just before tax day. Okay, good, good, good. So now it's done. There's a new invention that might be able to help you. It's called a chair. Yeah, but this desk is tall. If I were a measuring tape, I could get a stool. But the other thing is there's like no room underneath this workbench for my feet. But a stool wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, I could claim it on my taxes too, so because it's literally office furniture. No measuring tape. I have a, hold on, I have a measuring stick. Let's do the measuring stick. Where's my measuring stick? I do have a measuring stick indeed. I think I brought my measuring tape over to my boating stuff. I don't remember. Okay, so measuring stick. Oh yeah, exactly. Okay, good. So for you Americans, since both of you are understand the, oh, this is easy. So the desk is 3 feet. So the desk is 3 feet, 36 inches, 92-ish, like 91.5 centimeters. So it's quite above table height. So I would need like a tall chair. Yeah. So I might get one. Might get one. Have to be adjustable height one. But also the other thing is it needs to support my back. So there's that. How's it going, MT? Tall desk, you use an architect style drafting chair. Your bench is 36 inches. Use your bench as a computer area as well. Oh, nice. Okay, so I'll take a look at that. Okay, so first of all, taxes are done. Taxes equal done. So that's good. So my taxes are done. We're good. You know, maybe there'll be an audit. Who knows? Been applying for jobs. So I've been applying for jobs like crazy. My ideal would be embedded development. But I've been applying for like assembly jobs, and then field tech. I've been applying for government work. I've been applying for education. Fun fact, I went to a job fair a while ago before I hurt my back, and I spoke to BlackBerry. Yes, that BlackBerry. They have a headquarters here in Ottawa. I spoke to them and their QNX team. So the QNX is like a software. Hang on a sec. Let me see if telling Claude to keep going. Screen QNX. Well, I guess we'll use AI summary. So commercial Unix-like real-time operating system. Using AI to do taxes, what could go wrong? No, I will I will double check it. Drafting chair with back support. Like this? I don't really, is it this? because that looks good. Anyways, so real-time operating system. Oh, I keep hearing the 3D. Oh, fuck off. 3D printer shat itself. All right, anyways. Yours had side wings. How's it going, Mr. OD? So, hang on, let me see. Drafting chair. What the hell? I'm not paying 120 bucks. Is it because like architects are involved? 100 bucks is a lot. Might have to look on the used market. That's a lot of money. Anyways, QNX is a Unix-like real-time operating system. So I applied for their sort of like relations team. They do like outreach with universities, makers. They go to maker fairs. They organize accounts and stuff like that. So I applied for that. We'll see how it goes. I also am in contact with a gentleman on the team, and I offered to contract, to work on contract, to make some content for them. And I said, if you want a free preview of like what I can do for you, because he joked about he should send me a Raspberry Pi with QNX on it. And I said, well, because I talked about contracting, I was like, just if you do send me one, I will make a couple videos for you, and then at least you can see what's going on. And who knows, maybe then we'll go from there, right? So we'll see. Things move very slowly in the corporate world. I'm not expecting greatness. This is a really responsive website. Hang on. Let me check if this is a Brave problem. It is. Okay, it won't display on Brave, but it works on Chrome. Anyways, so I've been in contact with them. Like, maybe nothing's gonna happen. It was very informal and whatever, but I did formally apply. So I've been applying, haven't heard back from any of this shit. So, it could go nowhere. But I'd really love a job as an embedded developer. I think that is my goal, that is my love. So the other thing is I'm working on programming. So working on programming, that means I'm continuing on boot.dev, made some progress. But I changed the way I attack boot.dev now. So instead of doing the lesson and moving on, I copy the lesson into Qwen. This is why I was talking about Qwen. I copy the lesson into Qwen, and I have Qwen explain in more detail what's going on. I really want to internalize the concept, so I copy it into Qwen. Once I understand it, then I attempt the problem, and sometimes it takes me a while to complete, but it is what it is, and then I move on. So I'm actually learning more deeply programming. However, I did have 3 different AIs, I think Gemini, Claude, and Qwen, draft me how to get a job as an embedded developer without a degree. I looked into degrees. There's a degree I can do without the focus on embedded, but as a developer, fully online. It's in Toronto, so it's like 450 kilometers from here. But it's around $5,000 a year, and I'll have to do it for, I think it's 2 years, something like that. So I have a plan to get a job as an embedded dev without a degree. And here is the deal. This is the start of it. So I am embarking on a project. I don't know if I'll make a YouTube video on it. I might. But it's essentially, I want to build a briefcase. It's kind of inspired by Adam Savage. Build a briefcase for a fictional, like, sci-fi universe that has environmental sensors. Like, what would a away team on a sci-fi mission need sensor-wise? And these will all be in a briefcase, and there'll be a suite of sensors. But the important part to get this, so essentially this will be a resume piece, right? This is the start of it. So I'm making a resume piece, but I am following all the steps that you would do in a work environment. So I am, yeah, no, I'm not going to take that through an airport. All right, MT, enjoy your run. And Lockwatcher, weekend time for you to locally travel to Dayton, Hamvention. Okay, okay, yeah. So you're doing the ham stuff. That's awesome. So I am, like, making decisions. I am prototyping. While I talk, I'm going to go fix the 3D printer. I am essentially going to be doing all of the steps that you do, plus the documentation, which will be updated on GitHub. And in fact, I believe the documentation is already started on my GitHub. And the goal is to package this whole thing to an employer, potential employer, and be like, this is what I can provide for you. This is what I can do. That's the whole thing. My 3D printer is just filled with spaghetti at this point. Thanks for nothing. Okay, let's try that again. So yeah, that's the goal, is that walking into an application or interview or whatever, I will have a fully documented project where I have done the prototype, documentation, the PCB design, the design for manufacture work, the bill of materials, everything. And what? Egg McMuffin? I want an Egg McMuffin. So that's the goal. So this is the start of it right now. I just started with a Dallas 18B whatever, 18B20. And this is an ESP because the goal is that it's going to data log. And then when you put it back in the briefcase, it'll be battery powered. And it'll data log, and then it'll dump the data, into the briefcase, into an SD card. This might also give me the chance to play with free ROTS. I don't know if you know about free ROTS. So it's a operating system, essentially, And apparently, learning free ROTS is a big deal for jobs. Let's see what the Claude usage is at. Still got tons of room. All right, keep working. So that is the goal. I'm going to make an embedded project, and I guess I should make a YouTube video about it, but mostly is going to be a portfolio piece. Having my back hurt like this is pretty eye-opening, meaning like I can't go on like this forever. I have to get some sort of desk job. So that is the goal. So we're going to programming, working on embedded projects. And then the other thing is doing this thing. Well, it's Canadian bacon. It's pretty much a little slice of ham. Oh, yeah. One of the YouTubers on the DigiKey payroll has some free RTS videos. Can't think of his name right now. Is it Heimel? Josh Heimel? Is it Josh? Jake Heimel? YouTube. Definitely Heimel. Sean Heimel. There we go. Sorry, Sean. I would forget my own name if it wasn't stitched onto my shirt at work. Okay, send the print back in. What an Egg McMuffin is, huh? Here. It's this. It never looks this good. But that's basically it. I prefer the sausage and egg McMuffin. And you know it's a Mick, so it's from McDonald's. But yeah, so it's about like this. I hate to do this early, but I need to pee. So actually I've been up since I've been awake since 3:30 this morning. So it's time to get another coffee, and I'm going to tinkle, and then I'll be back. We'll continue this, but essentially we're going to decide if we're doing the button project for the local teacher. Probably going to do that, to be honest. Work on my embedded design, or we'll work on something else. But welcome, ITT. Be right back. I need to pee. Welcome, ITT. But now I need pee. Anyways, some sort of rhyme. Be right back. And I'm back. YouTube is complaining that I'm not sending enough audio through. All right. In other news, before we start, last Saturday was the opening of fishing in my zone here for pike, northern pike. And so I went fishing bright and early in the morning, 6 in the morning. I was already on the water at 6 in the morning. And so I brought my boat down from my fishing hole where it usually lives, and I brought it in town. I had to redo the bearings on the trailer, I had to redo the wiring on the trailer. A lot of pain in the butt. Doesn't matter. It's done now. And then I was out in the water. I accidentally caught a muskie. They are out of season, but it was an accident. Like, it's just bycatch, so I unhooked it quickly. It is, you know what? It was probably around this size. So yeah, accidentally hooked a muskie. One of these guys. Got it in the boat. This is what their teeth look like. Absolutely. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. However, this weekend, where my fishing hole is normally, pike opens on the weekend, so I will be up fishing at my fishing hole. So you won't see me here Saturday. Tomorrow I'm working. Friday I'm going for a hike with my wife, and Saturday I will be fishing. So you won't see me for 3 days, but Sunday probably, possibly. I don't know about probably, but possibly. Okay, so let's do this project then. I don't remember where we were at, but let me go grab the document. Oh, and if you guys want to see the swirl, there you go. Decaf this time, because this is coffee number 4 of the day. Like I said, I've been awake since 3:30, up since like 4:45, something like that. Let me check to see if the 3D printer is crashing yet. Nope, not crashing. Can Claude do more? Yes, it can. Keep going, Claude. Let's see, I'm at 70% used for my portion of time. Okay, let me open my document so I know where we're at. I know we're using ESP32. Definitely. Recent documents, button game. So we are using the ESP32. We are modifying this for just 2 teams and 2 buttons. So let's do this. So ESP32 S3 Super Mini. Should have one out. This is a C3 Super Mini. I do like the C3s because they're inexpensive, but let's see. S3 Zero. Did I say the Super Mini or the Zero? What is going on here? I don't actually know. Control click to open hyperlink. Zeros. So we are going with the zeros. So it is this. Do I have one in? Yes, I do have one. Yes, super easy. Excellent. All right. So we need pin 1 and 2 to go to some switches. We'll probably pick them off using pin headers. And I will make a little adapter to go onto these. That's good. Now, my crimping tools are not among us. They are outside in the garage. Egg McMuffin, English muffin with cheese, egg, and Canadian bacon. Yeah, I don't get the, I get the sausage and egg McMuffin. That's my prerogative. Make all the sausage jokes you want. I don't care. They don't bother me. Sausage, sausage, sausage. I put sausage in my mouth. Har, har, har. Very funny. Okay. So it looks like I should have some terminals to go onto here. But these are only ring terminals, so I need to go get all the other terminals. I've got that. You're working on 3 projects at the same time. What kind of projects are you making? Also, do you want to hop on Discord to explain them? Like to the live stream? If you don't, that's perfectly fine. I think this is what I'm going to do from now on. My regular viewers will be allowed to hop onto the stream if they want to show something off. But I have to trust you. And trust is not easily earned with me. But anyways, I'll retain control, so if shit hits the fan, I will just yeet you into oblivion. Let's see. Happen to remember the seller you suggested that supplies Raspberry Pis? Yes, buyapie.ca. How's it going, Mr. Ian Scott Johnson? Johnston. Uh-oh, this is my dyslexia. I didn't realize there was a T in your family name. Oopsies. Pieshop.ca, I guess, is what it resolves to. We are messing around and trying not to injure my back more than it is. We are working on a real-life zone control game controller for a teacher here in Ottawa to have the students be able to sort of like have their own game running without any intervention or much intervention from the professor, teacher. Okay, is this? Is that that? I think so. I think these are these. Discord, sure. You'll have to. So you're okay with joining voice chat? ITT? I will tell you my username so you can add me. These are not these. These have different sized holes. No, they're the same holes. Okay, I'm just crazy. Back hurts, looking for a job, making a briefcase for traveling to planets. Yep, that's accurate. Yeah. Talking about Egg McMuffins. So right now I'm looking for, I have female spade terminals. Welcome to the stream, ladies. Females, welcome. I feel a little gross saying females when I'm talking about women. That's kind of like the alpha male speak. Now, I am 100% sure, like 120% sure, that I have female spade terminals, but they are not in my connectors box. Great. By text. Oh, okay. That's I meant by voice. So if it's just by text, you can put it in the chat and I'll read it out. But essentially, that's what I'm talking about. Is that if someone wants to like come onto the voice chat on Discord to talk about their projects or whatever, then we can do that. But it would have to be someone like my regular viewers that I have high trust with. If you a low trust, you're not coming on. You'll have to earn that trust first. But I invited you, ITT, because I have that trust with you so far. So I don't know where my terminals are. They could be in multiple boxes. Little boxes on the hillside. Little boxes made of ticky-tacky. Little boxes on the hillside. Little boxes all the same. Does anybody know that song? Where that's from? Okay, so I may not have my spade terminals. E-bike, solar, and some home improvement. Well, I think you need to elaborate. Those sound like things I want to hear more about, which I think is my goal going forward. When I have someone in the stream working on something cool, I'm going to invite them to talk about it on stream, like a mini podcast episode. But that means I could clean up my workshop or whatever while that person does the talking. So I get to learn about your projects while other people listen. Hey, listen. Any guesses where that song comes from yet? If you don't know, then that means you have a really good TV show to watch. So I've got these terminals. These are male-female. They're not quite the fit, but they do fit. Okay, hang on. You find Discord confusing. Me too. I hate Discord. But unfortunately, it's where everybody is. There's two places where everybody is reachable right now. One is Discord, and two is Twitter. And I refuse to use Twitter. I mean, I have a Twitter. I don't use it. I refuse to use it. But Discord, if I don't use Discord, then I can't reach anybody for any reason. And plus, Discord was great for recording podcast episodes because the audio quality is great and the connection quality is great. You're in the weeds about what? Yeah, what might I be speaking of, Locke? Pete Seeger. Oh, I didn't know Pete Seeger was behind it. Hey, listen, is Zelda. Yep. Very specifically, oh my god, what's her name? Navi. Twitter's a no-go for you too? Yeah, of course. I think it's sad because, like, creators really thrived on Twitter and actually continue to thrive on Twitter. So those creators who are giving Twitter up are giving up some career growth, but at some point you have to either hide your peers in the basement or join Twitter. And I just refuse to join Twitter. You know what I mean? It's bankrolling. I mean, it's like kind of like tacit acceptance, and I just not down. Oh, you motherfucker. 3D printer pooped itself again. I'm gonna try again later. I had enough. It's trying to print ASA on a very, very specific part, and it's not going well. And it's a part that's not even for me, it's for my boss. So right now I don't need the extra overhead of trying to get it to stick better. Okay, so I will just solder. Screw it. You were on Discord with some big live people on Monday night. Bit all over the place. One of the guys decided to share a bit of a project. Glued his fingers together with super glue. Yeah, that's awesome. I actually broke a nail. There's no graphic content you're about to see. It's fine. So it's actually healed quite well. But basically I was pulling my hitch pin. There's like a cotter pin, like a snap pin, a safety pin that goes into your hitch pin to stop it sliding out. So I was pulling it out like this, and the edge of my hitch receiver caught on my nail and actually broke it. From the top you can kind of see a little bit, but what I had done is I crazy glued it together, and then eventually it ripped off, and then I just filed it smooth. But you could still see the crazy glue. Yeah, see at that angle? Just like up near the tip. You can still see the crack and the crazy glue there. But yeah, crazy glue is the win. Bots are the things the most present on Twitter. Yes, I agree. Blue Sky and Mastodon not catching the wave yet. No, I have Blue Sky. That's my Twitter alt of choice. So you can find me on Blue Sky. I don't remember. I think it's simpleelectronics.bluesky.social. Blue Sky. Can you go in without? Yes. Go away. Yeah, that's me. So yeah, I reposted Alex Glow's post. I've been spending some time in Alex Glow's live streams as well. I think it's pretty damn cool that she worked for Hackster for a very long time. And now I believe she is independent. That's another thing I would love to do, is do some contract writing. So that is the goal. Eventually, you know, I have to have some revenue streams that will help me pay the mortgage, essentially. And so that's the goal. But right now, I am a little frustrated because I don't know where my connectors are. Actually, let me check one more place. I know I have female spade connectors. I'm 110% sure. But I think I brought them to work because we had a installation to do, a custom install of some electrical stuff on a delivery van. And instead of the boss man spending $8 locally on like 8 terminals that we only need 2, I figured I would just bring my terminals, and then like I don't mind dispensing of 10 cents worth of terminals. Like, I really don't care. I buy them in 100 off quantities. Oh, I think I found them. I did indeed. Ugh. Perfect. I found them. Your Prusa Core 1 showed up last week, starting assembly tonight. Nice. Printer number 4. I would love a Prusa for free. I think it's a little expensive for my blood, but I respect what it is. If I had Prusa money to spend, like if I had enough money to afford a Prusa, no questions asked. Is this my old drawers? These drawers are different. It is the older drawers. There we go. So if I had Prusa money, and I needed to spend it on 3D printer, 3D printers, I would probably buy multiple Vorons instead. Again, I greatly appreciate Prusa's mission. I appreciate the build quality. I appreciate the whole thing. It's just too much money for me. You would love it. Yeah, I mean, everyone would love one for free. I just mean, yeah, I guess my point is that although it is an awesome machine, I don't think it's the best bang for the buck. And that's kind of what I'd be more into, is bang for the buck rather than just straight up bang. There are, for my uses, there are way cheaper options that work better. How's it going, Jackie? Yeah, golden parts. Straight from mainland China. So probably cadmium coating. I actually don't know what coating they use. I think the upgradability, durability, repairability are worth the cost. Worth the cost? But like, in that case, like Vorons are more upgradable, more repairable, there's more community mods for them, and they're cheaper. Low maintenance and easy to fix, and building it yourself, yeah. I mean, there's, like, that's the thing. Everyone has to make up their mind for themselves, right? Everyone has their own sort of thresholds. And whatever works for you, works for you. I will never, like, I am envious of you, Locke. I would never say that you made the wrong decision. But personally, if I were to buy, if I had 15, I think it's like two grand. If I had like, wait, what Prusa did you get? Discord, Prusa Core 1. I think if I had Prusa Core 1 money, I would rather 2 Elegoo printers. So the problem with the Prusa is it's not open source. They made their own license, which essentially says, if you're Chinese, screw off. Thea Flowers made a great write-up on this. And I think the problem with their idea of open sourcing, Core 1 full was 1,300, that's US, yeah. So it's probably, it's like 2 grand. So for $2,000 Canadian, I can get four Centauri Carbons or 3 Centauri Carbon 2s. That's quite the amount there. So anyways, Thea Flowers, friend of the show, she made a great write-up on why Prusa's open source promise is kind of a lie. What's her name? Star... Oh... What was it? The codes? Oh my god. Full Electronics Podcast. The one. Thea? I don't know, Thea codes. Oh, there we go, Stargirl. Haha. 2K could probably rebuild a Dodge truck. Yeah, but it's a Dodge. You'll have to do it every 6 months. Okay, so can you search within search posts? Prusa. Ah. God damn it. Do this in my other tab. Oh. Claude, keep going. There. Okay, here is finally that's the blog post. So highly recommend you take a look. So to grossly distill Joseph's post down to one central frustration, it's reciprocity. Joseph is unsatisfied with the questionably ethical behavior of organizations that benefit from open hardware but do not meaningfully contribute back. So you got kicked out of the shop. Why? So Joseph hates that organizations benefit from open hardware but don't contribute. And spirit of blah, blah, blah. You don't share the outlook on the situation. You don't believe, Thea doesn't believe that everyone who benefits from open source needs to reciprocate. Furthermore, don't believe that licensing can save any of us from these issues. And so essentially, yeah, anyways, you should just read it. It's a good article. It's a good article. I read it through when it came out. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's 3 years ago now. But yeah. Thea is an extremely good writer, so I recommend you go check her stuff out. What was I doing here? I don't remember what I was doing here. But I do know that we are making harnesses. Oh, and I've got some more stuff to pop into, oops, my box. Not that box. Get your minds out of the gutter. Got some bullet connectors. So this box will fill up very, very quickly. I think I might be running out of these dividers. Where are all the extra ones? There's two. I don't know where all my extra ones are. I think they're in one of the boxes somewhere. Not so worried about open source. Just didn't want to have a connect your printer to Chinese server. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that sentiment. And the Elegoo, strangely enough, does not connect to a Chinese server. It just works, which is great. But I feel you on that. I mean, Bamboo is now in the shit, so to speak, right? They've done something. They've closed down development on like some sort of open communication software. So that's very bad. But by the way, and I'm also not I'm not poo-pooing your choice of printers either. I think it's a fantastic printer. I just can't imagine a place in my life where I could even justify it as a business expense. Would love to be in such a position. Don't get me wrong. I am green with envy. Okay, let's get my box with assorted lengths of wire. I think Bamboo Lab really should have a fork of their software that's just offline available. And if they refuse, then I hope that hackers completely hack it. And I will agree that a Bamboo Lab printer is pretty freaking awesome as well. So I get why they want to make an extra buck on the back end, stealing your data. Yours was a business decision. People get what they can afford and become almost instant creators, so you love that. Yeah, 100%. I just wanted to make sure you didn't think I was poo-pooing your choice of printer. I genuinely think that those Prusa printers are awesome. That's just, I want to just make that clear, that I am not saying that that it's a bad printer. And I also want to make it clear, I do respect your choice, and I believe it'll give you flawless printing for a very long time. The only reason that I don't buy one is because I wouldn't be able to justify the cost. And if you can, that's great, actually. But you'll never see me like making a YouTube video saying that what's green and smells like a pig? I don't know. Oh, Kermit the Frog. Gotcha. You know, I'd love to be able to make YouTube videos and say, oh yeah, this printer, the Prusa is the best, and then not have to mention the price, though. I really wish they had a cost down printer, but I get that it's made in Europe. I get that it's got big brand recognition, like, I get it. I really wish we had a Canadian 3D printer company make a 3D printer. That would be great. I've learned quite a bit, though, at the job fair. Like, we have some great manufacturing here, like literally right here in my city. Did you know we have a company that makes some of the highest end laser measuring equipment in the industry? So if you have sheet goods that you're producing, like you're making sheet metal or wood paneling or whatever, you probably have in your production line a laser micrometer that will real time check the thickness of your product, and that will have been made right here in Ottawa, manufactured by Canadians right here in Ottawa. When I say right here, I mean like literally within the city limits. Pretty freaking awesome. So the other issue is we don't have my crimper. And I genuinely don't want to go get it because it's far. I don't have access to my garage from the outside, or from the inside. I have to go outside. And outside's scary. That's where the people are. Ugh. All this because I redid the wiring on the trailer. Do I need to strip both ends? I don't know. I'll strip one end. Two. Also, my back's starting to hurt. What time is it? 9:15. Maybe I'll do short streams to get my back used to it. Yeah, I know, people. Disgusting, as the British would say. Okay, but I do need to make some harnesses. So I have 4. I actually need, before I took the wire away, I need 2 more of these. And then 2 more of these, but in red. So let's make a couple more. My back's starting to hurt. So I may actually have to go buy a stool today. Oh, let me get Claude to keep working. Claude, you lazy bum. Keep working. I'm getting a surprising amount of use out of this. Lasers, 3D, fancy tools. Shark might eat them. Seen one eat a chair once. Okay. Also, my wife and I were planning this year to go out to Newfoundland in jolly old Canada. But after doing a bit of research, I think it is out of my price range. So that'll be next year, I think. Has anybody been to Newfoundland? I think this year we're going to do, instead we're going to go camping in Algonquin Park and probably go visit the Thousand Islands, the Canadian side, obviously. Anything you guys are planning on doing this summer? There we go. Ugh, my poor back. And then I need 2 more of these. In red. You've been to PEI when you were a kid. Yeah, we went to PEI. So we took a week, about 6 years ago would only bring us to COVID time. Going everywhere this year with the price of everything going up. Yeah. Start makes a bar gauge with Allen gear just as accurate as a laser gauge. The thing is, you can't always touch your device under test. No summer plans. You got a portable AC the other day. Yes. I think I would die without AC. If my AC in here dies, I don't think I'll be able to afford a new one. So let's hope that doesn't happen. AC is like needed at this point. 40-degree days, not fun. And also, Jackie, this the laser gauge. The laser gauge does it at 240 hertz or something like that. So it pulls 240 times per second, and it sweeps the entire sheet. And you wouldn't be able to touch sheet metal if it's red hot. Look up mate gauge. MATEGAUGE. If you're not impressed, you're not impressed. That's totally fine. But they are still growing because demand is exploding for their stuff. So, like, I don't need to sell it for them. They're doing a good job. Okay, so I have one possible solution to the crimping problem is I have, oh, hold on, I might actually have an extra crimper. Maybe I brought it outside. Okay, I may have one more solution. I have like a multi-crimper in a pouch somewhere, and that'll let me crouch down, which takes pressure off my back, which is very nice. There we go, Gerald. Mate gauge. Old dials are quite accurate. Possibly, but you can't automate anything with old dials. And the speed at which you manufacture is just impossible with old dials now. I bought a furnace and AC replacement last year because you work for an engineering company. You were able to get it direct and just had some mechanical dudes install it. Everything was under 4K. I'm not 100% sure if that would work in Canada. You need to be HVAC certified to you as a homeowner. You can do it yourself, but you cannot get anybody to do it that isn't HVAC certified. So you have two options. You either do it yourself and take on the risk yourself, or you have to hire someone that's HVAC. Oh, they were certified. Okay, good. And thank you for the link to Mate Gauge, Gerald. So I actually applied to work there. I didn't get anything back, but I don't know if they hired yet either. So it looks like the smallest crimper is already on the handle here, and I don't think it's small enough. You CNC guys. I don't own a CNC machine. I would like to. I would actually love a manual mill and a manual lathe, but don't got space, don't got the electrical, and don't got the money. So sadly, 3D printing it is for me. There's tons of stuff I would love if it were cheaper. Turns out I had another microcontroller sitting here on the floor. But I definitely wouldn't poo-poo anybody for their choice in tools, or for what they can afford or what they have access to. Maker privilege is a real thing, and I'm quite privileged already to have as many nice tools as I have in the shop here. What am I Might have to do the trek to the without side. I don't want to. You have a CNC. Actually, that's a lie. I do have a CNC. I have the benchtop unit from Banggood that I haven't even messed with. We're gonna do a stream on that, I guess, at some point, because I bought extra bits for it. I have wood. I have wood galore, so we can use it. Just need to decide what to make with it. Okay. I guess I should go get my crimpers. All right. Kind of upset that I have to go do that, but it is what it is. Okay, be right back. I'm just gonna grab my crimpers. Guess who's back? Back again. Dan is back. Tell your friends. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? What, the mate gauge, Jackie? I have to agree. It's made here, which is super cool. Everybody is proud when an industry does well in their hometown. If you read the bio too, apparently lots of, by the way, I'm all wet because it frickin' rained. A lot of industry professionals told this guy, he's a electrical engineer or electronics engineer, told this guy that it would never work. to forget about it. And then he said, I'm pretty sure we can get it to work. And then he got it to work. And now they're a global company. Their stuff is being used all over the world. They have a YouTube channel. Okay, so the crimp is not enough here. See that? So we are going to crimp the wings, and then we're going to solder. So the wings, the strain relief is crimped. Look at how nice these iWis crimpers work. So the wings are crimped. I think I'm going to crimp them a little bit tighter. There we go. So there's the nice iWis crimp, and then we're going to run some solder over them. By the way, I got a Discord message from the local teacher that this project is for, and they said that they caught the stream. First of all, I told this teacher that I have a YouTube channel. I, however, never told them that I had a live stream channel. And they found my live stream channel. So that was nice. So they actually looked into me, which is cool. And they subscribed or whatever, have notifications, because they just messaged me saying they had to leave to go to school, but they saw that I'm working on their project, and thank you very much. So I'm happy. Happy I can be of service. So I'm not going to lie, applying to like 20 jobs and not getting any callbacks, which, as I understand it, is the state of the industry right now. However, it feels really bad. It feels very, very bad. Okay, my back is killing me. What do? I got to keep going. I'm gonna pound through this. Okay, there, and then this one. And then this one. What the teacher doesn't know is they want to make their own. They need a guide. But I'm going to give them this one. I'm going to go deliver it to them too. Sometimes, you know, if I can't make myself happy, I like making others happy. It's all about locus of control. I don't have any control over myself getting hired as a developer or as an assembler or as a whateverer, but I can control how I help out my community. And so that is what I'll do. And my back is killing me. Let me see if I can sit on my desk chair and still work over here. You might catch my hair in the stream there, but whatever, we'll see. At least this way I'm not spending money on a new chair. My computer chair, like my desk chair, is actually really comfortable and very good for my back. You can't always control your destiny. That ignores circumstance. I would argue that a poor kid born on the streets in a slum in a shitty part of Africa, let's just say, doesn't have the luxury of controlling their destiny. Come on. This one is not a very good crimp on this one. But it's the first one of this smaller shape, so we got some growing pains. This feels weird, by the way. I feel like I'm slacking because I'm sitting. Ugh. There we go. That's a weird North American thing. I feel like you're slacking because you're sitting. In North America, I know ITT is European, but I know in Europe it's very common for people, even people who work public service jobs like cashiers and stuff. In Europe, it's normal for them to have chairs. So they usually work sitting. In North America, though, business owners are afraid that their employees will look lazy if they're allowed to sit. That is literally the logic. Lack of logic, more like, but it is what it is. So, American minimum wage workers, and by American I mean North American minimum wage workers, typically have to stand for their entire shift, just so they don't give off the perception that the business hires lazy people. Ain't that just the thing? That's how messed up we are. Oprah Winfrey, born into poverty. Jim Carrey, family lived in a van. Howard Schulte, public housing and food stamps. Oh yeah, mobility happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I'm just saying that if everyone who was in poverty was able to control their destiny, then there wouldn't really be any poverty, right? It kind of makes sense. Like, for example, I'll tell you, my mom has terminal cancer right now. And if we were in the States, we would be bankrupt. You don't have a lot to show right now? Everything's in the mail? Are you way behind the stream, ITT? Let's see. I have to go get a solder-proof pad. So we're going to solder. Ugh. Here we go. Just in time. Hey, how's it going, Franco? Welcome to you too. Welcome to you too. It's good to be back. You lost your mom to cancer back in '96, yeah. Thank you, appreciate it. I didn't really want to mention it because I feel like there's a weird, first of all, I don't view things the way lots of people do. I have like unique perspectives. And my perspective on my mom's cancer is anybody who finds out about it, they tell me they're so sorry to hear it. And I'm thinking like, it's not me. Like you're saying sorry to me, but like I almost feel like it's my job to like usher her in. I don't know if that makes sense. Like help her however I can. And I feel like me feeling sorry is not helpful. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I don't know if there's a right way to feel. Right? But I'm thinking like, no, it's not time to feel sorry. It's time to do what needs to be done. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. All I'm saying is it's weird. It was Mother's Day recently, and I got her flowers. I don't like dead things, so I never buy someone like those cut flowers. The typical for like Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, whatever. I bought her a pot of flowers that are alive. So that's what I did. I went to see her too, and I installed her summer tires as an act of servitude. Probably because it touches everyone. Neighbor has tonsil cancer. Yeah. Cancer is shitty. So, yeah. So, anyways, I feel, I'm not, it is what it is. I mean, I don't feel sad yet. I haven't, like, given up. I don't know if anything I say makes sense, okay? So take everything with a grain of salt. I don't know how to act. Because none of my grandparents died of cancer or had any disease. They're all died of pretty much of old age. So this is new. This is new to me. But I told her, oh, my mom, Franco, has terminal cancer. Like, it was basically breast cancer that metastasized and now is in her bones. So now she has like bone cancer. Bring us back to who wants? I want a sausage McMuffin, but I'm a fatty, so I need to not eat so many McAnythings. But yeah, anyways, you guys are like my adopted family, so I can tell you guys this. Actually, the fun fact is, my mom watches my YouTube channel. Thanks, Franco. I don't know if she knows about this channel. I don't know if she knows about my live streams. But she does watch my YouTube channel. #1 fan. For shizzle. Okay. So these are done. So the idea is 2 of these buttons, or 2 of these terminals are the button. I picked from the wrong orphanage. I picked from the wrong orphanage. I'm not sure where you're getting at. But anyways, 2 of these are buttons and 2 of these are the LED. I picked from the wrong orphanage. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure to what you mean. Adopting. Oh, you guys. Yeah. You know, you take what you can get. There's like 7 of you in here, and like 4 of you chatting. Okay, so this fits well. Ugh. So now let's insulate these. Is this big enough? Barely, but it is. I feel weird now because I'm sitting at my desk. Feels like I should be standing. Okay, so we need about that long. Also, where are my scissors? Oh, it's a bit longer than I wanted. Just trying to tune the appropriate length here. Also didn't trim it flush, so it's a little crooked. Snizors, where are Miss Snizors? Oh, my poor back. Okay, let me check. Gotta find my Snizors. So everything has been like, all my stuff has exploded all over the shop because I had to get the boat ready. While I'm back here, I'm just gonna reset the 3D printer. Mother effer just keeps turning filament into spaghetti. I'm gonna put some more glue on the bed and let it dry and see what that gives. Okay, scissors. Scissors. If I were scissors, where would I be? I know I'd be scissoring. Boom, boom. Scissors, not here. If you hear me struggling, it's because I'm lifting stuff. No, I don't know. I don't know where my freaking scissors are. Are they in the boxes I took outside to the trailer? That's a good question. No. What about this one? Also no. All right. So that's a no, dog. I don't know where they are. I don't know. I'm also looking at a very low level here. They're usually hanging there on the wall. There are cutters, blue handle. Yeah, the blades aren't long enough. Whatever. Whatever, I do what I want. Okay, now it's uglier. Going to attempt rebuilding a transmission this summer for the work truck. What is it, like an old GM, like a 4L20 or something like that? Some sort of LS block. Okay, let's cut some more. Cut some more. Just gonna chop this so it's like perpendicular. I don't like transmission work when you're able to be distracted. Like if I rebuild a transmission, I usually skip lunch because I like to keep that momentum going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Need some more of this. Dodge 64 RE. I am not the right person to talk about Dodge. I think they are somehow the only things worse than Fords, and that is a big accomplishment. Do absolutely stupid stuff like have soldered in relays on the TIPM. What? You take a relay, something that is incredibly easy to replace, a serviceable part that needs to be replaced because it's mechanical. Soldered in relays. And so when you have one of the relays, the starter relay being the most common one, let go on a Dodge, you have to replace the TIPM, which is like $700 part, and then needs to be programmed at the dealer. Fords, if you worked on enough variety of cars, you would see that Dodge is the worst manufacturer. They have the shittiest engineers, and Ford is not far behind. They have consistently the least reliable vehicles. They are absolute junk. They get by on their like Americana on their own. The only way that, and Dodge is worse because if you see a Dodge Ram on the road, the odds are the owner is DUI, because that is the #1 vehicle for DUIs. Dodge Ram. Dodge makes vehicles for people that have kids but aren't allowed to see them. They're definitely made to be replaced often. That is 100% the vibe. Wow. The heat shrink shrunk and circumcised itself. It pulled itself off the terminal. That's funny. I'm not even kidding. Look up the statistics for DUI. Dodge Ram. #1 vehicle. And the worst part is, I know people that have been burnt every single time they bought a Ford or a Dodge, and yet they continue to buy them. So I guess some people are just gluttons for punishment. Okay, let me just wheel my broken ass over. What did I have? I had a giant zip tie like this and that I chopped off. Oh yeah, I bought a seal driver. Do you know what you do with these giant zip ties? So I cut it actually pretty far up there, so you can pull it through. But what you do with these zip ties is you do this. Cut that at an angle. Like so. Maybe I'll cut off the point so I don't stab myself in the eye. And then you can reuse the zip tie. In fact, if you're patient, you can pick this, you can pull the tab down and then reuse them. But I think at the time I was like, I gotta get this damn trailer fixed. so I wasn't really thinking about that. All right, let me just wheel my ass over. List of car brands by reliability. Here's 2023. All right. Number 1, Lexus. Number 2, Toyota. Number 3, Mini. Mini, that actually surprised me. Number 4, Acura. Number 5, Honda. Number 6, Subaru. Number 7, Mazda. 2023, so it's no more Ford affiliation. Then Porsche, then BMW, then Kia, Hyundai. Finally, we find a domestic here, Buick. Infiniti, which is a Nissan brand. Then Tesla. Tesla's got 6 working parts on it, 6 moving parts. They have no business being down this low. Ram. So there's Ram specifically. So it's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15th most reliable. Then Cadillac, then Nissan, then Genesis, then Audi, then Chevrolet, then Dodge, then Ford, and then Lincoln, which is Ford, then GMC, which is GM, then Volvo. Don't forget, 2023. So Volvo hasn't been independent since like the mid-90s. They were Ford owned. Now they are Tata Motors, I think. Jeep, Volkswagen, Rivian. Again, Rivian, you've got like 4 moving parts. You have no business down here. Then Mercedes-Benz, and then Chrysler, which is, again, a Dodge product. So, there you go. Oh, I got added. Awesome. So yes, this is the lesson. Yeah, I can't afford anything new either. So I drive a 2014 Honda CR-V. I worked on those CR-Vs a lot when I worked at the dealership. They are very reliable. Mine is a 2014, so it is a 5-speed automatic instead of the CVT. The CR-V CVTs are decent. I don't want a CVT. I actually do not want CVTs. Have you seen the last ranking of the worst EV in Germany? No. No, I have not. Care to enlighten me? Please and thank you. So like so. There we go. So there we go. We have, these are connected. And then this one and this one. There we go. Now we just need to solder the other ends onto header pins. Tesla is far last. Absolutely not reliable. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Look at leadership. Shit goes downhill. Right? Starts from the top and it flows downhill. What do you want, man? What do you want? It doesn't surprise me. And like stupid things too. They're just poorly manufactured. Am I buffering? It says I'm going, oh shit, I didn't get Claude to do more work. Claude, get to work. 89% used my quota for the time period. How much time left on my quota? 1 hour and 35 minutes. So I'm gonna max it out. And then when it's time to go eat, I'm gonna do some more. Tesla far last, absolutely not reliable. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Doesn't surprise me at all. Tesla in Ottawa are hiring. Not gonna lie, I was thinking about it. Because there are no EV only repair shops here. And that is one thing that I would love to open a shop to do, just EVs only. Okay, restarted the app. You are like across the ocean from me. So want or want not, at some point, the signal has to cross the ocean. So yeah, I would love to open a EV only garage. And working at Tesla would give me experience in what is currently the most common EVs, but that's quickly changing. But anyways, it would also give me access to their in-dealer network, because eventually I would love to fix Teslas in a way that Tesla doesn't like it. I would love to jailbreak them to like retrofit their chassis with different hardware and software. And basically free people that have a massive loan on a Tesla from the bounds of Tesla's leadership. Because if you disagree with Dear Leader publicly, Dear Leader can actually shut off features in your car remotely. Don't know if you knew that. That's an interesting factoid there. And I don't know of any other car company that would have the balls to do that. The negative balls, like, you know what I mean? The audacity to do that. So Rich Rebuilds, which is a YouTuber who buys broken Teslas and fixes them. Broken Teslas that Tesla say are no longer legitimate to be fixed. So he buys them and he fixes them. But when they get too much attention, Tesla shuts off their supercharging capabilities. 2026 is 2027. I don't think that's in Canada. And plus, I don't know if that is just a proposed thing. Let me see. Also, I would never... Yeah, US drunken impaired driving prevention technology. So the NHTSA didn't make the rules. So it's gonna skip. It's not gonna happen. Have driver metrics in 2027. Nope. Oh, nope. That's a US mandate. Again, the land of the free. Whoever told you that is your enemy. And anyways, if you're like me and you don't agree with driver biometrics, yes, BMW did do that. But if you say something bad about BMW on Twitter, BMW is not going to turn off your seat heaters. And also, I don't really care about subscription seat heaters because I know how the system works. I'm just going to activate them myself. And that's the other thing. If you don't like this biometric tracking, you want to get closer to it, not further from it, so that you can actually turn it off, trick it, falsify it. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't run away from it. Yeah, Twitter, I was just being facetious with the Twitter part. If you badmouth them anywhere, if you write a blog, if you have, like, if my YouTube channel was actually popular, instead of like this little thing that a couple of you joined me on, you know, a few hours a week. Like, guaranteed, if my YouTube channel blows up at some point, like, people are gonna clip this and I would never be able to own a functioning Tesla. It would always, all of a sudden, have software issues and whatever. So again, should listen to some Rage Against the Machine. The other thing that's weird is in Canada, having a DUI is a big deal. Drunk driving, that's a big deal. In most states, it's really not that big of a deal, which is interesting. Oh, I'm like off the screen. There are, like, I watch the border security shows, and there are Americans who try to cross into Canada, and because a DUI is what here in Canada we would consider a felony, and in the States it's what's considered a misdemeanor. It's like a small charge. Americans are surprised to learn that their DUI makes them inadmissible. They can't come into Canada because we see that as big criminality and they don't, which is interesting. If you're still saying they're so unreliable, how would you know the difference? Oh, true. That's a good point. I don't think they're unreliable in that sense. Like, I think they work. They just need work all the time. But I get your meaning. Cheapest EV certified in the market with no driving license needed. Drunk driving is preventable, and it can be very costly, taken very seriously in Ohio. Yeah, again, depends state by state, but you're right about that. I have some university under my belt. A diploma in criminology. I didn't finish my diploma, so I don't have it, but I did take 5 years of university. And drunk driving is the most selfish crime. It is one of the few crimes that there are really no good societal pressures that we can point to saying, well, they were pushed to do this because of X or Y. If you go somewhere to drink, you know you are drinking. You know you don't have any arrangements to get home. So not everyone, obviously, there's nuance in everything, but the vast majority of DUI cases are from people who knew they were going to drink and they knew they were going to drive. Not all of them, but that is the crime with the highest rate of that, of people knowing that they're going to do it and choosing to do it anyways. So you decided to build an e-bike. Yeah, I'd love an e-bike. Been looking at them. Been looking at them. I think building also will be better for me, because I'd like a full suspension bike, and a full suspension e-bike is expensive. You know, people just don't care. Yeah, of course. Of course people don't care. Listen, man, I think the most eye-opening part of 2020, 2021, 2022 was that people do not give a crap about anybody else. It's me, myself, and I. That was the most depressing part of that period of time for me, is realizing that it wasn't that every once in a while I'd run into an asshole. The real truth was that most people were assholes, and I was just finding out about it every once in a while. You don't need a license for an electric bike. Yeah, very true. Lockwatcher, your new TrueNAS scale now has had its week plus burn. 6 4TB drives in it. Very cool. Hard drives are not cheap right now. But I think you got yours, they were used, right? Yeah, don't put others in danger. Yeah. I mean, how many people have to die every single year from a drunk driver? It just doesn't matter. How more convenient can we make it? I don't know if that happens in the States. Oh yeah, WD Reds, those are great. I don't know if that happens in the States, but here around the holidays, there is a charity that for free, listen to me, for free, they come and get you and they drive you and your car home safely. Yet, every year, during the holidays, when this service is not only there, but it's advertised like crazy, every holiday season, tons of people get into car wrecks because they are wasted. Literally, for free, someone will come to your car, drive you and your car home for free, and people still choose to drive drunk. There are many free ways to get home. Yeah, okay. I figured, but I didn't want to speak for it because I don't know. When I was a kid, when I was like just turning 18, so the drinking age here in Ontario is 19. But in Quebec, right across the river from, like, if you look at Ottawa, we share a border with the next province over, which is Quebec. The legal drinking age is 18 over there. So when I was 18 and I told my parents I was going to the bar with my friends, my dad said, if ever you are somewhere and you are drinking, anytime, call and I'll come get you and your car. Anytime, any place. I never took him up on it because I planned. I mean, I'm realizing now I probably have some sort of generalized anxiety disorder, but I always planned. Franco, that's not 100% true. And the reason that's not 100% true is because your mechanic is insured on your vehicle when they take care and control of it. So if you have commercial insurance, then you can be insured on a vehicle without owning it. So there you go. There is general insurance for stuff. So anyways, so I didn't ever use it, but there was never any excuse to drive drunk because there's always a way to get home. And anyways, there's any other ways. Like you can just sleep in your car. Franco, that's impossible. That's impossible because how do mechanics drive cars then? Like, are you saying mechanics can never do a verification drive on a car or a diagnostic drive on a car? And I'll gladly look it up. Put a trailer for the e-bike, full light with a canopy for the sun and rain. Yeah, if I lived in a warmer climate like Vancouver, I would have an e-bike already. But you can only use a bike here 6 months out of the year. I mean, there are people who do use bikes in the winter, but the like fatality rate from getting like hit by traffic goes way the hell up. Way too scary. Sleeping in the car gets you arrested? Yeah. If you have your keys, yeah. That's why you put the key on the tire or underneath the car. Definitely can't have... Okay, I need to look this up, Franco. Because I watch Hammond's Workshop, and he owns, Richard Hammond owns like an automotive restoration garage, and his employees drive the cars. And these are like irreplaceable classic cars as well. So there's no way. So I'm gonna go look it up right after this solder joint here, so I can turn off my long-suffering Because part of being a mechanic is you need to be able to drive the vehicle to diagnose problems. I mean, it's just a pure tenet. There's no way a garage in London can own enough private land to drive a car at 60 miles an hour. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying if that's true, how I don't even know how that would even work. More worried about having it stolen. Yeah, stolen bikes. Yep. Paint it hot pink. And you're a girl. If you're a guy, you can write on it, whoever is writing this is gay, and then, like, most thieves wouldn't steal it. Actually, you could write that because you're a girl, so who cares if people think you're gay? But definitely the thieves will care. All right, let's try Quen, because I talked up Quen earlier. Okay, I am being told that something like the Canadian program Project Red Nose, where if you are drunk, you call them and they come drive you and your car home safely, can't exist in the UK because you need specific insurance on every specific vehicle. If that's true, how do mechanics test drive vehicles for diagnostic purposes? There has to be some umbrella commercial insurance, no? There is some pink on it. Yeah, but it has to have a big sign that says whoever is riding this bike is gay, and it will eliminate, like, it'll eliminate 3/4 of the would-be thieves right off the bat. Something about, like, toxic masculinity and people thinking you're gay. Like, I really don't care if people think I'm gay. You can think whatever you want. Doesn't affect me. I did care when I was younger, though. When I was, like, a teenager. That was a big deal. You know, back in, like, the early 2000s. But you just need to mature. See what I mean? How slow Gwen is? Oh, let me tell. Oh! Okay, Claude is full up. Okay. Umbrella, yep. Duration of the campaign, yep. How UK... Historically, UK comprehensive policies include driving other cars extension has been largely removed or restricted by insurers. Even when dock cover exists, only third-party liability. Critically, dock cover is intended for emergency occasional use, not for structural service. So far, which I wasn't doubting, Franco is correct. How mechanics legally test drive customer vehicles? They use motor trade insurance with road risk coverage. So it's a special commercial. So they are insured. And do similar services exist? Yes, they operate commercially. Services like Drive You Home London wheelie, Safe Ride Scotland, fetch my car, offer precisely the drive you and your car home service. So again, you were right, Franco, that it makes it complicated, but it's not impossible. But it's just, the barrier is cost and complexity. So there is commercial road risk insurance. So yes. Yeah, except I wouldn't steal the bike lock because I have the bike lock, lock, because I have a conscience. And plus, I am very picky. I know this is going to sound weird to say, but I'm very picky about, oh, god damn it. Here was my other crimper. I didn't have to go at all. Oh well. I'm very picky anyways. I really like very specific things, and that's what I would buy. So I would be like the last person to steal something, unless it was exactly what I wanted. But then can't even do crimes of opportunity if you have to wait for stuff you want. Yeah, no, you were right, Franco. It just makes it more complicated. Just doesn't make it impossible. Someone's going for a cup of tea. That's Franco. 48 volt, 1000 watt, limited at 25 kilometers per hour. Yeah, so technically we have those limitations here in Canada, the speed limitations on e-bikes. However, all the Chinese e-bikes that are coming out now, they're being sold at like regular retailers. They don't have the speed limits on them. So the fastest I've seen, they're like 45 kilometer an hour speeds, which is pretty fast and that's for electric only. If you pedal, you'll go faster. Actually, I also saw some like 72 volt versions. Oh, and the coolest thing ever is you can buy e-bikes that are two-wheel drive. So if you did lack morals, were a thief, you'd be a poor thief. Yeah. Yeah. I'd be a shit thief. Good thing I have more than one of these, because I used my boat on the weekend, and this is sitting right here. This is the kill cord for my outboard. I have multiples. I should really put that in the storage for the boat motor. Okay. I need to go for a tinkle. What time is it? 10:30. We spent a lot of time doing nothing. I think I'm going to leave it here for now, because I think I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to work on some of this stuff. Illegal to be above the motor with the pedal. You can go at the speed you want. Oh, with the motor only. Okay, yeah, I gotcha. But anyways, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to go work on some stuff like I've been doing every morning, and I will probably be back on Sunday, because, again, tomorrow I work. Friday I have a hot date planned with my hot wife. We are likely going to go hiking in Gatineau Park. And then on Saturday is the opening of pike season in my fishing hole, so I'm going to go there. And then Sunday I'll probably be back home. So thank you everyone for being here. It feels weird sitting while streaming, but I think I can adopt this, and then we're going to go from there. Thank you everyone. Catch you on the next one.